Hey, what's up everybody, and welcome to this video. I am pretty stoked today. I'm getting some new seats installed. So what I'm doing is I'm putting these in my 1985 C10 Squarebody. If you've watched my other videos, you may know that I just got done swapping in a T56 Magnum transmission. And while it does work with a bench seat, regardless of what you may see on the internet, it does actually fit. I still wanted something a little bit more sporty, something that was going to hold me in a little bit better than a bench, especially my bench is pretty worn out, and I didn't want to just refurbish the bench. I wanted to go with something, like I said, that would hold me in a little bit better. So after doing a little bit of shopping around, I settled on these Corbeau Baja XRS seats. They're actually a suspension style seat, not like a full-on race seat. I didn't want to go full racy. I wanted something to kind of bridge the gap that would look not too out of place in the truck. We'll see how well I accomplish that. I haven't seen any other videos of people putting this explicit seat in their Squarebody, so I'm going to be learning as I go along, and hopefully you'll be learning with me. So I did order not only the seats, which come as a pair, but I also ordered their brackets and sliders. So they make brackets for a huge assortment of vehicles, and that's one of the reasons why I chose Corbeau, over some other brand. Price obviously is big, but the fact that they make a set of brackets for my truck just makes me feel a little bit better about using their products. Now, they do sell two different options. They have a full width option, so that I'm assuming you don't have to drill any new holes. I opted for the two individual seat brackets for the bucket because I do want to put some sort of console in the middle eventually. So I wanted to have sort of that separation between the two seats. So there are going to have to be some holes drilled. From what I understand, it uses two of the original holes on each side, and then you drill two more holes for the new brackets. So the first thing I want to do is get this seat back out. Clearly I've had this seat out recently because I was doing some stuff with the floor. But if you've never taken a Squarebody bench seat out, it's super easy. There are two bolts on either side. One bolt is back here. Let me get my flashlight out so we can see a little bit better. So right there, and it's on both sides. And then there's also one down here in the front on both sides. You take those two bolts out and the whole thing basically pulls right out. In my experience, it's easier to do the front bolts first, because when you pull the slider lever, the whole thing wants to whip forward. So you can get in, slide it as far back as you can, get those front bolts out, pull the lever so the whole thing slides forward under its own spring tension, and then get the back bolts out and just sort of fold it in half and pull it out. One person can do it. It's obviously a lot easier with two. So let me get this seat out. All right, so this right here is the driver's side bracket. So what I'm going to do first is get this set in the truck, because we're supposed to line up the existing holes on the sort of the door side here, something like that. So right there, I'm going to have to put the camera down so that I can get these bolts threaded in. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to thread in this bolt and the bolt here, and then I'm going to mark on the kill mat where I'm going to cut it away a little bit, because I'm going to be drilling holes there. First minor hiccup here. So it looks like, I got that back bolt started, at least sort of finger tight. The front bolt, however, it's not leaning forward enough to actually get it threaded in there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this back bracket and I'm going to bend it outwards just a little bit so that the whole thing can shift forward just a smidge, so that I can get this front bolt in. I kind of feel like doing that because if I bend this front bracket, and it's again kind of tough to see with the light here, but if I bend this out, it's going to change how this piece here lays against the front of that floor dip. So I don't want to change that angle. I would rather bend that back bracket out to the right just a little bit so that this front hole lines up. And again, before I do that, I'm noticing here, see if I can get a good angle here, this is leaving a pretty big gap on this curved section, and I don't want to just bolt into that and it'll kind of leave the toe of that angle sticking up. So I think I'm going to take this guy and also bend it backwards just a little bit to try to center this bolt hole more on this ridge that's here. So I'm going to take this one, bend it back a little bit. I'm going to take this one back here, bend it back a little bit, and I think we should be golden. All right, that did not take much at all. So I literally, let me get some light on that. I just bent it the slightest bit. What I did was I went over to my bench vise and I stuck this back bracket there in the bench vise and then just took the whole seat base and sort of, just bent it a little bit out. And then I did the same thing for this front one. You can actually maybe see there's a little bit of a curve in it now, but now it puts the hole right in the middle of that rib. So very minor tweaks just to get those to sit where I wanted. I was able to get the front and back bolts in. So like I said, now I'm going to take a Sharpie. I'm going to mark where those holes go, and then I'm going to drill those front and back holes so that I can get this thing bolted in. All right, so holes drilled. Those bolts are not actually bolting down to anything at the moment. I just have them sort of dropped into the holes. I am going to have to jack up the truck to get underneath it so that I can put some washers on the bottom. I did get some larger fender washers, but before I do that, I'm going to take the whole thing out, bolt it to the bottom of the driver's seat so that then I can drop it in and test fit it to the truck. I am going to be putting in carpet at some point, but not in this video. So let's get this back out, get it on the bottom of the driver's seat. So while I'm not bolting in the seat right now, I did just want to give a quick overview of the hardware that I'm going to be using in those new holes. So I went to Lowe's and I picked up some grade 8 3/8 by 16 pitch by 1 inch long bolts. It's the same thread pitch and length basically as the factory bolts. I also picked up some grade 8 flat washers and lock washers to make sure that those don't come loose. And I couldn't find a grade 8 fender washer, but because this is thin sheet metal, I wanted to get some more coverage, I guess you could say, to keep these bolts from pulling out in the event of an accident. So I got these fender washers. I am going to do some shopping around online and see if I can find some either thicker material or higher quality material than that. I'm still going to have the factory seatbelt bolts, even though I am replacing my seatbelts as well. But I just wanted to give an overview of what I'm using to bolt my seat down in addition to the factory bolts, in the original holes. So here I've got the driver's side seat pulled out. I can tell because of which side the reclining lever is on. The seat does come with some bolts, little cap screw bolts for me to put into the bracket. It does say to slide the bracket all the way forward to connect the front bolts first. I found that when I did that, just as a warning, so these, when I pulled them out of the box, were not even. This one was pushed back, this one was pushed forward, the lever here was all cattywampus. So when I tried to pull it forward, this whole thing just pulled clean off. So there are some little grooves that it fits into and some little metal tangs. There's like a hole in this that fits on that metal tang. It's easy to get back on if you do pull it off, but just something to be aware of that if you pull it the wrong way, it could just shunk right off the bracket. So just something to be aware of. So hopefully you can see that's what I'm talking about. So this bolt is currently in the forward slot. If I used that hole right there, this whole thing would be pushed up and kind of like either sitting on top of that vinyl, or I'd have to like push the vinyl out of the way, which seems unlikely. So that's why I'm using the forward slot here. Got the seat bolted in. Full disclosure, I only have 2 of the bolts in. The other 2 are in the holes, but they're not like bolted down yet because I do have a carpet that I want to put in, so I'm not going to fully bolt it in just now. But I love this seat. I think it fits in there great. I have it pulled forward a little bit more than some people might like because I have short legs. I do still have room to go back some. You know, there's a couple of inches there, 3 to 4 inches behind that seat back. A taller person might have to put the seat upright a little bit more than I have it. But I feel like there's plenty of room between the seat and the steering wheel. I do have a tilt wheel, and this is actually down 1 click from where it's at. I want to say that the base puts the bolster fairly high. That is a little interesting to get in and out. I don't want to, rub on that too much and wear it out. But the seat bottom itself is probably about the same as the bench that came out of it. Here we go, trying to get this from a different angle so you can kind of see where it's sitting in the truck right now. I am going to throw the other one in so I can see how much room there is in between for a console, but right now I feel like there's going to be a ton of room if I want to put a center console in here or build one. So I know this isn't the best angle with my door open, but I just wanted to get in the truck quick so you could see what it looks like getting in and out and where my body position is. Again, this bolster's pretty high, so that's going to take some getting used to, where I'm not constantly dragging across it where I wear the material out. But, so here I am in what I think is a good seating position for me. Again, I got short legs. I'm only 5'3", so I want to be able to get my clutch all the way down. I feel like the seat has a good angle. When I'm just sitting, I feel like it doesn't need to tilt forward. It doesn't need to tilt back. I feel like this is pretty good. I will say that the foam is pretty firm. I'm sure that will break in with time as you drive it. But I feel like even though I didn't order any of the like the lumbar support or anything, I feel like there's pretty good support in my lower back. I feel like it's just enough bolstering that I feel like I'm held in place in my shoulders and my legs without it feeling constricting, if that makes sense. But again, this steering wheel is down 1 click. If you had a straight steering column, you would be about there. So if you didn't have a tilt wheel, I think there's plenty of room there between my legs. And again, if I were a taller person, and maybe a heavier person, there might be some issue here. But I feel like, again, this is pretty good. For me, I could actually go 1 click more forward, I think, to really get a good feel on the clutch. Now, if I wanted to, let's say I were a taller person, and I wanted to keep this same seat angle, because there is down here, I can change the tilt. If I were a taller person, let me move the seat back until the top here touches the glass, and let's just see how much room we get. Okay, that's touching the glass, and that is touching the glass, and that's right on one of the clicks. So again, I mean, if you're looking at, I'm wearing a puffy jacket right now. I feel like there's a pretty good space between the steering wheel. I feel like there's a pretty good height between my legs, unless you got, like really thick thighs. I feel like for the average sized person, this would give you a pretty good amount of room. And if you were a type of person who liked to sit up a little bit straighter, that might even give you 1 more click back. So these are the Baja XRS seats, not the regular. There's multiple Baja models. These are the XRS ones. Yeah, I'm really happy with how this feels right now. Let me pull that seat back up again. Again, I could probably go 1 more click forward just for that clutch engagement, but that's not terrible. I might try it just at that for a bit. So I don't know how much this is going to really pick this up, but I just wanted to show how much space I have in here. I mean, it's essentially the entire width of the tunnel from this seat to where I presume the passenger seat is going to be. I will get another shot then once I get the passenger seat in here. Again, I'm not going to put these inside bolts in permanently yet because I still need to install my carpet. But I do want to put the passenger side in, to get my holes drilled, and also because I want to see what both seats look like together. And I want to get a measurement here for what a future console could be. It feels very roomy. I do feel like I'm sitting up maybe a little bit higher than the stock seat, but it's not bad. It's barely noticeable, I think. All right, got the passenger seat in now. So the bracket for that one actually went straight in. No tweaking or modification required. I will say that I put in the back original bolt first and tightened it down. and then put in the second bolt, because the bracket was still like a little bit not fitting flush on the floor, you know. But as long as I just bolted in that order, it's straightened everything out perfectly. But I just wanted to give a shot of what these guys look like in the truck. There is a ton of space between here for a console. So if you're thinking about these seats, there is about, what's that say? Almost 17 inches. So we'll say 16 inches of console space that go between those seats. So there is plenty of room to put a really generous sized console in there, if that's what you're interested in. You know, one reason I don't think I mentioned yet as to why I specifically chose the Baja XRS seat was not only the look. I felt like it looked sporty without being too racy, you know. They've got some good padding and stuff to it. You know, hopefully that's coming through well on the video. But also the fact that they weren't too tall, right? A lot of the racing seats that I was looking at that were like legit racing seats, they were, even some of Corbeau's were like 3 to 4 inches taller in the seat back than these guys. I just felt like having those super tall seats would have made it much more, you know, again, racy looking, and that's not totally what I was going for. You know, I wanted sporty, but not racy. Now these do have the, you know, the shoulder holes if you wanted to run like a 4 or 5 point harness. I don't plan on that in the near future, but you know, for now they're just there stylistically. You know, there are some seats that you can find that maybe don't have those, or they're much smaller, but they don't bother me. I think they add somewhat to the look of the truck. You know, this seat has room to go back as long as you straighten it up some. There's plenty of room in between the seat and the door. You know, I did check that on the passenger side as well. So overall, I'm pretty happy with the fit. I think the quality of them is super nice. For now, I'm totally happy with these. You know, we'll see in the long term how well they hold up. But for now, I'm really pleased with these. So thanks for watching. I hope you found this at least a little bit helpful. Let me know if you have any questions. Now I'm going to go ahead and pull them back out again because I got carpet and stuff to put down. But again, thanks for checking us out.